come in your classroom today. I enjoyed seeing all your littles working hard. I just wanted to ask you a few questions, kind of reflect on what we could do better, how we could grow, and what went well.
Okay.
Hey, what were y'all learning today? What objectives were y'all covering?
So today we were talking about open and closed syllables and making sure that if it has that magic E at the end, that they know that the vowel says its name, and when it doesn't have the magic E, that it says its sound.
Okay. What instructional strategies were you using to make sure that all students are mastering the required skills?
So we started out with whole group, and we kind of just went over everything that we were going to be doing today, talking about what our expectations were, and then we moved into our small group and our station stuff. And then if I saw any struggling people, I pulled them one-on-one while everyone else kind of finished their stuff.
Okay, I saw a lot of kids having a good time. I think one takeaway I took from another classroom that you might could incorporate in here would be that they were using like their arms to stretch it open wide for open syllables and hugging tight for the closed syllables. And then I noticed you do have a lot of EL learners in here, so the mystery box might be good to like pull out an object, have them say the word, that could build their vocabulary, and then tell you if it's open or closed. They seem to really like these little mystery boxes. But they all did seem like they were engaged in activities and staying on task, so I like that a lot.
Thank you.
What strategies do you use to increase student engagement during literacy?
So during small group, we do a lot of hands-on stuff. So like right here, they had like a marker, and they kind of just like, if it was an open syllable, they looked at the house that had an open door, and then if it was a closed, and they just circle which one. And then during like their station over there for their sensory bend, they had stuff in there that kind of went with the open and closed syllables. And I feel like the sensory bend keeps them very engaged because it has like beans and rice and things that they can dig around in. So
yeah, I really liked how you did like the I do, we do, you do portion with your small group that you had at your table. The high kids, maybe they could write their own words or come up with words out of a book and use them in sentences and tell you if they're high. I mean, if they're open or they're closed.
Okay.
Just a way to kind of differentiate that. How do you monitor the student engagement during literacy instruction?
Well, especially during whole group, I make sure that I'm moving around quite a bit, like watching their body language, making sure they have their eyes on me. And then if we're at our small group, just kind of keeping an eye. If I'm working with one, I keep an eye on my other one, just making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to. And then if they're not on task, I kind of turn and get them back on task, and then go to the person I was working with. So just kind of looking at their body language, making sure they're staying on task.
Okay. What impact do you believe engagement has on students' reading growth and overall literacy?
Oh, engagement really has a big impact on it, because if they're kind of looking off and not paying attention, then they're not going to know like what you're talking about. And like if you call them their name and you ask them, then they're kind of going to be lost. And then when you throw them out in the wild during stations, they're going to be so lost, and then they're just going to sit there. So making sure that they're engaged is really important.
Yeah, and I loved the sensory table. I think that kept them engaged. It's some activity that they really enjoyed. That keeps them engaged. So I was really impressed with that. How do you differentiate instruction to meet the needs of the different learners?
So making sure that if it's a struggling person, like if I see that they aren't really connecting that magic E to the open syllable sound, then I kind of like highlight it and then do like a little arrow to the vowel, and giving them that cue to say, hey, it has that open syllable. And then my higher ones, it's more like I give them a book, and they have to kind of like highlight the open and closed syllable words. And then my mids, they kind of get a mixture of both.
I like it. Good job. I didn't really see technology in here today, but how do you think you could incorporate technology into your lesson to enhance the student mastery of the skill?
Yeah, so with the open and closed syllables, really the only thing I've kind of used is some like pre-videos to show them, like, during whole group, kind of show them a video of what we're going to be doing. But really I haven't found much to do because I don't want to put them on screens a lot. I want to do more hands-on stuff. But yeah, I need to work on adding a little bit of technology into my lesson.
I'm not sure if you heard of it, but have you ever heard of Pink Cap?
I have not.
It is, you could use your touch board, and it's a interactive app that you can do, and they can actually play games based on open and closed syllables. You pick the skill, and you can even pick the level of it. So I could come in here and show you how to do that, or I could get another colleague to come in and work with you on that.
Yeah.
The kids will really like it.
Yeah.
What data do you use to determine whether students mastered the skill?
So just kind of pulling them, and my higher ones for sure, I just get like a passage for them to read to me, making sure that when an open syllable word comes up that they're able to really focus on that, and when it's not, then they're able to see the difference between those.
Okay, do you have some data that you can show me? Is this what y'all
Yeah,
are
this
doing today?
is, yeah, so this is what I have. And you can kind of see that the kids, if it was a closed syllable word, then they colored it brown. If it was open, they colored it pink. And so some of them they missed this one because they didn't see that T at the end. And so when they came back over, we kind of corrected it by looking at each sound.
I like how you made notes for them. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. Like I said, I'll touch back with you. We'll go over the Pink Cat, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you so
lesson.
much.